Hello guys and welcome back to the F1 Tube YouTube channel, and in today's video I will be previewing pre-season testing for the 2020 Formula 1 season. As we now run deep into February, pre-season testing is lurking around the corner, so let's dive straight into it. But on Monday, February the 17th, Racing Point will be unveiling their 2020 livery. Then on Wednesday, just before the first day of the first test, Williams, Alfa Romeo and Haas will all be unveiling their 2020 challengers. So this upcoming Wednesday is going to be a busy one. So here guys, I have a very brief pre-season testing schedule. The first test will be getting underway on Wednesday, February the 19th, and that will end on the 21st, that being a Friday. Then the week after, the second test will begin on Wednesday, February the 26th, and like the first test, it will end on that Friday, that being the 28th. So compared to the 8 last year, we only have 6 days of testing this year, so track data is going to be vital, and reliability needs to be a lot better than recent years, otherwise teams are going to be on the back foot. Across the span of the 2 tests, the day-to-day schedule will always be the same. The morning session will begin at 8 AM UK time and end at midday. Then the teams will have a 1 hour break. I say that because it's not really a break, they'll just be preparing the cars for the afternoon session, which will begin at 1 PM and end at 5 PM. In the last week or so, we have seen multiple teams leaking their launch cars and livery for this upcoming season. But these launch cars will have upgrades on them before the first test, so keep an eye out for that, for any new aerodynamic parts to the cars. Then expect another haul of upgrades coming for the second test, as day by day and week by week the cars will be looking more similar to their Australia spec. But we do have to remember that the 2020 cars are an evolution of the 2019 cars and not a revolution. And we also have to bear in mind that upgrades from pre-season testing all the way to the end of the season in Abu Dhabi will not be as major as previous years due to the challenges that are the 2021 regulations, and teams will be looking towards next season. Next week in pre-season testing for the first test, we will be seeing a lot of aero rakes, or to be more informal, those blimmin' horrible and ugly things that dangle off of the cars. As well as the use of paint, these ugly sensors will allow teams to gain data from the cars. From pretty much every team, we will be seeing them in the first test and possibly the week after. However, in the second test, they will definitely be a lot more infrequent. Another thing that you will be seeing over the course of the 2 weeks, especially more in the first test, I'd imagine, is red flags and trucks coming out on track due to someone crashing or beaching it in the gravel, or reliability issues, stopping the car. And with only 6 days of testing this year before the season gets underway, it is vital that the teams limit the amount of reliability issues striking them. Let's talk about the location in which pre-season testing will take place. Once more, the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya will be home to pre-season testing. Not everyone's favourite track, let's be honest. It will also be one of the opening rounds to the European leg of this 2020 season. And if you are wondering guys, Spanish time is 1 hour ahead of British time, Britain being the place I am in. But I say that because the times I posted at the beginning of this video, I posted in British time, so if you add the hour on, you've got the Spanish schedule. Okay then, the first test next week. It will be more about reliability and teams getting the most laps possible. Especially on days 1 and 2, lap times will be irrelevant. So if you see Daniel Ricciardo or Carlos Sainz top of the timesheets on day 2 of the first test, don't get too excited. Then on the second test, things will change. Okay, maybe not on day 1 because teams would have almost not been running for a week. So they will monitor any upgrades applied onto the cars during the course of the 5 days they hadn't been on the track, and they will also smoothen out any reliability concerns. But on the last 2 days, that will be when the times begin to really tumble. Will there be sandbagging? Of course there will, especially from the top teams. However, the best times and the quickest lap times across the span of the 2 tests will almost certainly come at the end of the second test. Obviously, with the European climate not being at its best in the winter month of February, the weather and the temperatures normally are a concern. But for the first test, and from what I have seen, there is a 10% chance of rain for each of the 3 days, and an expected temperature of about 8 to 15 degrees Celsius. So although these cool temperatures are not exactly optimal, this is a lot better than what we have had in previous years. But I am sure teams will kick up a stink about how they would prefer testing to be in Bahrain. So after the second test, we will only have a 2-week wait for the season opener in Australia, and I cannot wait for it. But I am going to leave this video there. So guys, if you liked the video, please smash that like button and comment down below, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the F1 Tube YouTube channel for more content regarding the world of Formula 1. But until next time guys, see you later.